Need a simple plan to protect your kids online? In this video, we're going to talk about a 3-step plan that you can use today to protect your kids in the digital age. And of course, stick around to the end because I always leave resources and little precious jewels you don't want to miss. No matter how old your kids are, you're going to need a holistic online safety plan. I'm CyberFareedah. I'm an award-winning Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree for my work in helping you protect your kids online. And I always talk about holistic online safety. If you're new here and you're not subscribed, holistic online safety means giving your kids the freedom that they want and the safety and security that they actually need. This is the foundation of protecting your kids online, and I'll continuously repeat it until you go blue, because if you're still focused on the parental control and the parental monitoring aspect of protecting your kids, you're gonna fall way behind when everything starts going real quickly ahead of you, meaning the metaverse and virtual reality and kids being immersed in technology in a way that they have never done before. So the first step to protecting your kids holistically is actually healing yourself. Yeah, healing your inner child, healing from your trauma. And I'm going to give you a couple of resources and books at the end of this point so that you know how to even begin that journey, because I always talk about creating a safe inner space for yourself so that when you're talking to your kids, you're creating a safe space for them, not only inside the household, but online and then outside of the household. The first way of implementing holistic online safety into your kid's life is actually to commit to therapy and healing your inner self. The first type of therapy I highly recommend any parent look into is RTT therapy. If you're not familiar with it, it is by a woman, a psychotherapist called Marissa Peer, and the name of her therapy is Rapid Transformational Therapy. I'll put the website over here or somewhere in the links below, but I highly recommend that you look into that for your kids. In my last video, I was talking about how parents who are healing themselves, actually that passes on to their kids. So if your kids are going through a lot and you're able to have a safe space for yourself where you're healing, you're showing them how to heal, and you're also leaving a space for them to heal from whatever they're struggling with as well. Because we all know that hurt people, and I know we hate saying that. However, we're all hurt, right? And there's no reason that your hurt should spill onto someone else. Many times when we're talking about online safety and security, there's this need, right, to control everything that a kid does or understand exactly what's going on. And there's no way that you can control everything, and there's no way that you're going to know exactly what's going on. But what you can do is have a foundation of safety in the household where you put some filtering, you put some controls here and there to make sure that they have a safe bubble as a kid, and then you also teach them the ways that they can heal from experiences and interact with people in a healthy way so they're not spilling on their hurt to other people online or offline. And usually spilling on hurt to other people looks like cyberbullying or accepting cyberbullying to a point where they're destroying their inner selves. And that is the last thing that we want kids in this space to do, especially in the age of Instagram and comparison. We do not need that. And so my last video, I talked about how can you protect your kids from being destroyed by social media. I'll put the link down below, and I go a little bit deeper into this whole phenomenon of making sure that your kids have a good mental, emotional, spiritual space to heal from any trauma and then operate in the world in a healthy manner. The second way of implementing holistic online safety in your kid's life is to commit to understanding what they love about the space. If you're so focused on all of the bad and all of the danger, they don't feel safe enough to come to you when something goes wrong. Because when something goes wrong, they're going to feel like, oh, my parent is going to take away my device, because they're going to be like, this confirmed my fears and I do not want my kid on the platform. Well, you're correct in all of your feelings. You do want to approach these things differently. So the first thing you want to do to create that safe space so they can talk to you when something actually goes wrong, besides going to therapy and healing and the resources I'm about to give, you want to actually engage with the things that they love. So if your kid is a gamer, engage with the games. You can play the games with them. Maybe you don't have time for that. Maybe you absolutely hate the game. It's so boring. So what you can do is just watch them play the game. Not only does watching them play the game allow you to understand how the game works and why they like it, and you can spend like some time that way, but you also can see what are some of the things in the game that you don't enjoy. Maybe there's a chat that keeps popping up. Maybe you hear people's voices talking and chatting with each other, and you don't believe that they're mature enough or old enough to hear that type of conversation or engage in that in a mature manner. So you can go, I didn't know the game had that. Let's turn that thing off, because they're too young to experience that online. Another thing is you can just listen to them talk about the game with you. So maybe, right, maybe you can't watch the game, maybe you can't play the game, but you can listen to them when they come to you and they talk about the game with you. So maybe they have something that's really exciting that's coming up, or they want to buy something in the game, which is a whole another conversation, right? But maybe they want to talk to you about the game in whatever manner. Maybe they're upset, maybe they're mad, maybe they're really happy, they're excited, whatever it is, make room for that and don't brush them off. If you cannot have that conversation in the moment because you're in the middle of something, you're about to do something, then you can say, hey, I'm so excited that you're excited about this game. I can't talk about it right now, and I really want to talk about it with you. So let's talk about it after dinner, or let's talk about it at this time, because I really want to know what happened in blank game. That's a way that you can make space for your kids, but also honor your own boundaries. And by honoring your own boundaries, you're showing your kids how to honor theirs. So if something happens like that in their life where they like somebody and they want to engage with someone, but they can't have a room for that type of conversation, they can model that. That's another way that you can protect your kids in the digital age, is by modeling what you want them to do online. So if you want them to do something, then you have to do it yourself. Third way you can implement holistic online safety. It's not the final way, but it's one of the ways that you can do it, because there's no way I can do all of it in this particular video. But I did have a video talking about what is holistic online safety and how to implement it in your life, and I will put that at the end of the video and in the description. But one way that you can do that today is having open, honest, and non-judgmental conversations. That means that even if your kid says something absolutely nuts or crazy, or you're confused or you're awkward, make sure you're as calm as possible in the moment. If you're unable to do that and you just like, oh my God, that was not a great conversation, I feel so guilty, I feel so upset that I said that, you can always go back and apologize, because that moment is actually not a learning moment just for you, but for your kids to go, oh, if I make a mistake, I actually can apologize. That helps you build a healing, loving space inside of the household and outside, and allows them to understand how to grow up as a great digital citizen of the internet. There are 4 books that I recommend to help you on your healing journey. Number 1 is I Am Enough by Marissa Peer. The second one is also by Marissa Peer, I Am Enough. And the third one, I'm looking down at my notes because I can't remember the author's name, but it's Woman Who Loved Too Much by Robin Norwood. And then the fourth book is It Didn't Start With You by Mark and Wollian. Let me know in the comments how you pronounce his name. I don't think I pronounced his name correctly, but I will be putting all 4 books on the screen, and then I will be putting it in the description below with the Amazon link so that you can check it out. I highly recommend this if you're really on the journey of actually protecting your kids online and making healing spaces in the household and keeping it all within safe spaces, open, non-judgmental conversations. Because in order to have those conversations, in order to make a safe space, you're going to have to start a healing journey. I highly recommend visiting a therapist or paying for therapy. And at the same time, you do want to start it by reading books and following people that know what they're talking about. The second step in your simple online safety plan is actually parental filtering and parental restrictions. I'm not going to talk too deep into that because this is something that I went a little bit deeper in my last video. What can you do to protect your kids from being destroyed by social media? This is a really great video if your kids are on social media or you want to get your kids on social media, but you're really scared about the ramifications or the experiences they could have on social media. So I will put that video at the end of the screen and also below in the description. You want to enable those things, especially when your kids are younger. When they're a little bit older, you have to play things a little bit differently because it's a whole other topic, man. But when they're younger, you want to put those controls in place and you want to have a conversation about it. You want to give them the why behind it. Do not ever put it behind your kids' backs. Please, I am begging you, never do that. That's not good for their security, not for their safety, not for their privacy, and not for creating holistic online safety in your kid's life, because this plan is serious. And if you want the plan to work, if you want to really protect your kids online, you can't be doing shady things. The third and final step to your simple safety plan to protecting your kids online is actually to get people to help you. So if you're subscribed to this channel, which I hope you are, you know that you have a lot of resources and someone that can be there for you every step of the way when it comes to protecting your kids in the digital age. You do not have to do this by yourself. There's a village that can help you. So you can reach out to someone like me and join the Safe Kids Movement. I'll put the link here, safekidsmovement.com, where all of the parents who are dedicated and committed to protecting their kids in the digital age with support from me and other people that I really respect who are a part of the Safe Kids Movement that can help you along the journey. Like I said, it takes a village. No, I didn't say this, but someone else said it. Who actually said this? But I don't know. It takes a village to raise a kid. I feel like it's a proverb, an African proverb, but I may be incorrect. So we'll correct that somehow in the editing process, whatever. But it is an awesome quote, and we all know that. We forget that even with niche things like protecting your kids online, it's not just an app that can help you. There are people who are dedicated, like me, an online safety educator, to help you through the process. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, you're asking whatever questions you need below, and you're joining the Safe Kids Movement. And inside of there, you'll have modules and videos to help you, your teens, and your kids to stay safe in the digital age without being tech savvy. In the beginning of this video, I said stay into the end because there are resources that you do not want to miss. I mentioned the 4 books that you need to do today. I mentioned therapy that you can check out for your kids and for yourself. And I also mentioned 2 videos that you should watch today: holistic online safety and protecting your kids from being destroyed by social media. So go make sure that you're checking that out right now so that you're not missing out on the tips that parents are using to holistically protect their kids online. Until next time.